Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. It's going to be the first of a best of 3 series, and of course it's going to be the first of many series from the final ZOTAC Cup, number 322. It was, I guess you could say, an unfortunate time for Warcraft 3 when ZOTAC decided to no longer sponsor these weekly tournaments and then replace it with Hearthstone, but oh well. I think Warcraft was lucky enough that ZOTAC actually cared to support these tournaments anyway, so nevertheless I think yeah, I think it's not too much of a loss, I guess, for Warcraft 3. So anyway, this is going to be Starshaped versus Hawk. Starshaped is going to be spawning in as the teal Night Elf player in the bottom left, and Hawk is going to be spawning in as the light blue human player on the top right. The map's on Secret Valley, and yeah, to be honest, this is actually going to be a recast. I did cast like game 1 and 2, but unfortunately I casted it when I was probably not in the best of conditions. Was very tired at the time. I was actually rather desperate to get some videos out because I haven't been doing it as frequently as I should be. Anyway, we shall be just going through every series of the ZOTAC's round of 8. Scout farm, or at least a forward scout farm for Hawk, is going to be placed down in the front. Nothing too different, I think, from either player. We're going to have an Archmage versus a Keeper of the Grove. And we also see early Hunter's Hall, and I think, yeah, that's the first Ancient of War. So, DKH's Starshaped is, I guess, one of those people that are still playing actively, and of course is going after this unique Keeper of the Grove Mass Huntress start. And we can see probably the best usage of the Keeper of the Grove. Hawk went for an early scout with his footman, and he will inevitably lose it because of the chained entangles that the Keeper of the Grove has. Entangle is basically what you see right here. It just damages and roots a single target in place, and of course the Keeper of the Grove with constant attacks can actually kill it. So nice right there, picking up a couple of experience. Hawk is going to find himself facing that Keeper of the Grove, and you can see right there already going for another entangled victim. But of course the Archmage is trying to push that Keeper of the Grove away. Will he be able to get that kill? No, he will not. Looked very close, but looks like the Archmage was able to get it, as he did get himself to level 2, and Keeper of the Grove tried to go after that elemental. However, I think it timed out, so yeah, rather unfortunate. We're going to have the first couple of Huntresses coming out for Starshaped right now. So I did cast a couple of games featuring Starshaped, and of course have seen this type of strategy before, so it's not really strange to me. So yeah, I've seen it before. It's not really that unexpected coming out of Starshaped. Have seen a couple of wins with it, so it obviously works. Let's see how this Keeper of the Grove can actually perform with about half health. He is rather squishy. He does have a little bit more health than the Archmage, as you can see here, but of course the Archmage hits way harder than the Keeper of the Grove. However, another entangled, probably going to get another kill. Yes, he will, and yeah, the Huntress is just going to run back. Of course the map is Secret Valley, so the Huntresses, if they're low, they can go back to the fountain and just heal up. Easy as that. We are pumping out of 2 Ancient of Wars, but of course Starshaped is actually supply block, so he can't actually reduce quite yet. On the side of Hawk, he is going to go for a keep fairly early on, and of course Blacksmith. I mean, if you're going to verse Mass Huntresses, it's most definitely going to resort to just Mass Dryads later on, so why not get a couple of Riflemen out early. Either way, Footman gonna get taken down again. Dust's appearance will be used. Those Huntresses will be forced to retreat. Hawk is at level 2 with his Archmage. He does have +6 claws. Meanwhile, Starshaped, although he did get a couple of good pickoffs, he is still at level 1. So yeah, hopefully he can get to level 2 quicker. Elemental actually cheekily waking up the Dragon Camp, and I believe it was denied thanks to the Null Warden's Purge ability. So yep, unfortunately it didn't pick up the kill, but oh well. Starshaped actually gonna go for a very early Tree of Life as well. Assuming that he is, which he is, actually gonna delay his tier 2. I guess you could say it's a rather risky play. Sticking to tier 1 versus a tier 2 human player might cause some risk, but of course if you can mess up a lot of Huntresses, maybe you can just stand up to the mid tier of the human army. Not really that scary until a lot of workshop units come in, but Arcane Sanctum units, probably not as scary, but oh well. That's what I think anyway. Panda is going to come out as the second hero for Hawk. We usually don't see human players take a Panda second, but I guess in this scenario where there's a lot of units such as Huntresses, maybe Breath of Fire can actually be a little bit more effective. However, or more effective than the Mountain King. However, level 1 Panda, level 1 Breath of Fire, not really dealing that much damage, so Panda needs to get early kills as quickly as possible. Level 2 has been gained for the Keeper of the Grove. So, Keeper of the Grove I guess is kind of a weird one. Entangle's obviously a very good ability, but the other two could be questionable. His other abilities are Thornzor, which is basically a reflect damage against melee units, and we have Force of Nature, which is just summoning treants using the nearby trees as, I guess, a medium, but there we go with an early TP. Will be forced to get out of there. Panda still has not gained a bit of experience ever since he was hired up. We do have Riflemen out, we do have Sorceresses out, so they will hopefully mitigate as much damage against those Huntresses as possible, but the Tree of Life looks like it is moving, and Starshaped might actually claim and expand sometime soon. Okay, creeping out with this Merchant Camp. We'll get close to level 2. I don't think the Panda will actually hit it, but of course another camp can actually fix that. So pumping out even more Huntresses. We are 1-0 on their upgrades. Ultravision is on its way, as well as +1 armor, and it looks like Tree of Life will be able to entangle this gold mine fairly soon. Huntresses actually making quick work out of this Magi camp. Keeper of the Grove, he will hit fairly close to level 3, but not quite there yet. Pin of Energy will be picked up from that Magi camp. Level 2 has been gained on the Panda, and he is going to pick up a Scroll of Healing. He has pretty good consumable items, to be frank. A greater healing potion as well as greater mana potion on both of them on the Panda, so let's see how this will work out. He is still level 2 though, but he does thankfully have his Drunken Flame combo. Let's see how this will work out. Huntress is obviously unable to go after that dragon. I would imagine Hawk actually going to go for it himself. Archmage and 1 or 2 elementals can actually make quick work of that dragon. Too much of my surprise actually, but it does not look like Hawk is going to go for that, even though he does have Rifleman. Alright, second hero for Starshaped as well. It is going to be a Panda. However, it's a level 2 versus level 1. Let's see how this will actually turn out. The entanglement has begun. But yeah, here we go. We did have a Drunken Flame combo, and of course a nice Breath of Fire on those spellcasters, but it looks like a ton of damage is actually going on against Starshaped. I think the slow is actually really hurting him bad, and looks like Hawk will be able to drive his opponent off, and bringing a militia as well obviously is able to see. Let's try again. It looks like he might even take down this expand. Oh, GG from Starshaped. That is actually going to be game 1. Yeah, can't really complain about that one. Starshaped looked like he was gonna do fairly well early on, but yeah, Hawk just, I guess, did that. Either way, game 2 will be next.